Alright folks, let's dive into the world of Marvel Rivals. Today, we're talking about something that often flies under the radar, but can completely flip the script in a match: passive abilities. Now, if you're anything like me during a heated battle, you're laser focused on smashing out those flashy abilities and landing the perfect combo, right? But here's the kicker. Passives, those sneaky little background effects, can be absolute game changers. And the best part? They do their magic while you're busy being awesome. Not every hero in Marvel Rivals brings a passive to the table, but most do, and trust me, some of them are wild. These abilities are designed to complement each character's role and playstyle, and when used right, they can be the secret sauce that wins you the match. Today, we're counting down the very best passive abilities in the game, so sit tight, grab a snack, and let's see which heroes have that extra edge to dominate the battlefield. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. Picture this. You're in the thick of the action, enemies swarming, chaos all around, and you're playing as Iron Fist. Now, most characters would need to book it to their medics after a scrap, but not Iron Fist. Oh no, this guy literally punches his way to full health. His Chi Absorption passive is like the gift that keeps on giving. It lets him absorb the Chi of enemies he helps take down, restoring his health and giving him a nice little power-up in the process. It's not just cool, it's survival, martial arts style. But wait, there's more. Iron Fist isn't just about brute force. He's got a second passive that makes him one of the most mobile heroes on the roster: wall running. Yep, you heard me. This guy can dart up walls like he's Spider-Man's secret cousin, making him a nightmare to pin down and a dream to play. Got enemies bunkered down on higher ground? No problem. Iron Fist is scaling that wall faster than you can say defenders assemble. Now, let's be real. Sometimes it can take a minute to chip away at those tankier foes, like vanguards. That's where the beauty of assisting comes in. Even if you're not landing the finishing blow, Chi Absorption still kicks in, letting you heal up and keep the fight going. It's like he's saying, teamwork makes the dream work, but I'll take the health buff, thanks. This makes Iron Fist an absolute beast for staying alive, even when he's far from medics. Honestly, who needs a healer when you are your own healer? Alright, let's talk about one of the coolest passives in Marvel Rivals. You know that feeling when you're just casually defying gravity? No? Well, SpiderMan sure does, thanks to his wall crawl ability. This isn't just some flashy party trick, it's the backbone of his entire playstyle. Picture this. Spidey is zipping around a chaotic battlefield, scaling walls like it's a walk in the park, raining down attacks, and then poof, he's gone. That's the wall crawl magic, folks. Without it, our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man would be a lot less friendly and a lot more easy to smack around. What makes this passive so game-changing is the way it pairs with his web swing ability. Together, they turn Spidey into the ultimate hit-and-run nightmare. He can ambush enemies from unexpected angles, unleash a flurry of attacks, and then crawl out of danger before anyone can figure out what just happened. And let's not forget the high ground advantage. Climbing up buildings like a pro means Spider-Man can scope out the battlefield like a boss, picking his battles with precision instead of charging in like a headless superhero. Strategy, baby. That's the Spidey way. Oh, and yeah, he's also rocking that spider sense for threat detection. It's great, sure, but let's be honest, wall crawl is the MVP of his toolkit. Without it, he's grounded, literally, and that's just not the Spider-Man we know and love. If you're playing Marvel Rivals and you haven't fully leaned into the genius of wall crawl, you're missing out on what makes Spidey, well, Spidey. Oh, here's a game changer you didn't know you needed. Smooth Skate, Luna Snow's passive ability. It's not just about looking cool while zooming across the battlefield, it's about pure utility. Imagine this, you're darting around the map, ice skating past enemies, and suddenly you're jumping higher than anyone else. Smooth Skate turns Luna into a literal moving target that's nearly impossible to pin down. For those enemies trying to focus your healers, good luck catching her. But wait, it gets better. That boost to her movement speed after running, absolute perfection for evading danger or diving straight back into the action when things heat up. 1 second you're dodging fire, the next you're skating back to freeze someone in their tracks. It's like playing a game of tag, but you're the only one with skates and ice shards. Smooth Skate makes Luna Snow not just a healer, but a strategic powerhouse for any team. And let's talk about those higher jumps, because who doesn't want to scale a map like it's your personal playground? This isn't just a flashy bonus, it's a lifesaver when you need to reposition or grab that last-second angle to heal your allies. Experienced players know the real magic here, chasing down weakened opponents and finishing them off with style. Smooth Skate doesn't just keep you moving, it keeps you winning. Here's the thing about Winter Soldier in Marvel Rivals. He doesn't just fight, you can practically feel the grit in his combat style. And his passive ability, Ceaseless Charge, is a game changer for anyone who wants to dominate the battlefield with relentless aggression. I mean, let's break it down. The Rotorstern, Bucky's trusty revolver, is usually held back by its 3-round chamber. But thanks to this ability, reloading becomes a non-issue when you're using his bionic arm. That's right, shoot, smash, repeat, all while the gun reloads itself in the background. Efficient and brutal. Now, let's talk strategy, because this isn't just about spamming bullets and hoping for the best. To really make the most of Ceaseless Charge, you've got to pair your shots with Bucky's bionic arm abilities, specifically Tainted Voltage or Trooper's Fist. Here's how it plays out. You start by unloading the Rotorstern's 3 shots into your opponent, softening them up. Then, you switch gears and hit them with a devastating bionic arm ability. It's like a 1-2 punch but with extra flair and, let's be honest, a whole lot more pain. Oh, and did I mention the bonus health? Yep, every time you activate the bionic arm, you get a sweet health boost. It's not massive, but in the heat of battle, that extra survivability can mean the difference between victory and a humiliating defeat. So, whether you're clutching a 1v1 or tearing through teams, Ceaseless Charge lets you stay in the fight longer and harder. Winter Soldier doesn't mess around, and neither should you. Oh, let me tell you about Warrior's Gaze, the Punisher's secret weapon that makes him an absolute nightmare to play against in Marvel Rivals. Picture this. You've just ducked behind cover thinking you're safe, when bam, the Punisher already has you lined up. Why? Because with Warrior's Gaze, this guy keeps your outline locked in his sights for a few precious seconds after you disappear. It's like playing hide-and-seek with someone who brought night vision goggles. Totally fair, right? But here's the catch. He has to see you first for it to kick in. Sounds manageable until you realize the Punisher isn't exactly a slouch when it comes to spotting enemies. His Adjudication Assault Rifle makes quick work of targets in the open, and don't even get me started on his culling turret. This thing is like having a second pair of eyes and a whole lot of bullets to make sure no one escapes. The moment you think you're clever enough to slip away, Punisher's already locking in his aim for the kill shot. It's terrifying and kind of beautiful depending on which side you're on. And let's not forget his ultimate final judgment. Oh, you thought those walls were going to save you? Nah, this man's taking down the whole building if he has to. It's the perfect cherry on top of an already devastating setup. With Warrior's Gaze feeding him intel and Final Judgment clearing out any obstacles, the Punisher is basically the definition of unstoppable force. So, moral of the story, if you see this guy on the battlefield, maybe just don't hide, run fast. Alright, here's a question for you. Have you ever been mid-game with Hawkeye, landed a perfect shot, and thought, wow, that damage is insane? Well, my friends, let me introduce you to the unsung hero of his kit, Archer's Focus. This passive ability might not scream for attention, but trust me, it's doing some heavy lifting behind the scenes. Let's dive into why this low-key mechanic is a total game changer for Hawkeye mains. So here's how it works. Underneath Hawkeye's reticle is this sneaky little bar that fills up as long as you keep your aim locked on an enemy target. Sounds simple, right? But here's the kicker. Once that bar is full, your next basic attack hits like a truck. We're talking significantly enhanced damage, and if you manage to land a crit, oh, it's chef's kiss devastating. This means Hawkeye isn't just about spamming arrows, he's all about that precision timing. The secret to mastering Archer's Focus: patience. I know, easier said than done in the heat of battle, but hear me out, if you can get into the habit of holding your aim on an enemy for just a second longer, you're gonna see a massive payoff. It's like lining up the perfect trick shot, takes a little practice, but the results? Totally worth it. So next time you're out there with Hawkeye, don't just fire and forget. Channel your inner sniper and let Archer's Focus do the rest. Oh, here's a spicy one for you. Wolverine's regenerative healing factor is so clutch, it's practically cheating. Imagine this. You're about to KO him, his health is 0, you're feeling good about the fight, and then, boom, bonus health kicks in like some kind of plot twist straight out of a movie. The kicker? If you don't finish him off fast enough, that bonus health morphs into permanent HP, and now you're stuck fighting a fully healed Wolverine with a serious grudge. Talk about a gotcha moment. Here's where it gets even more ridiculous. Assists and KOs reduce the cooldown of this ability. Translation: Wolverine just keeps healing and healing, turning into a nightmare for anyone who relies on wearing opponents down. Vanguards, with their beefy health bars, are his favorite snacks, thanks to this passive and his Berserker Rage. The dude thrives on chaos, dealing more damage as he takes it, making him the ultimate anti-tank duelist. He's like a blender that gets sharper the more you use it. Terrifying, right? And let's not forget how this passive messes with your head. Picture this. You're dumping everything you've got trying to finish him, but every second you waste is a second you're wide open for those iconic adamantium claws. It's genius design, really, forcing opponents into bad decisions while Wolverine just shrugs it off and keeps going. If durability and mind games are your style, you'll want this guy in your corner every single match. Alright, let's talk about Magic, aka the frontline queen who turns pain into power. Literally. Her passive, Limbo's Might, doesn't just sound cool, it's downright game-changing. Every bit of damage she dishes out to enemies bounces back to her as bonus health. Yup, she's not just taking the fight to the enemy, she's tanking like a boss while staying in the game longer. It's like having a constant supply of health potions without needing to hit pause. Who doesn't love that? Now, here's why this is Chef's Kiss perfection. Magic thrives on getting up close and personal with her enemies. She's zipping around with her stepping discs, laying down the hurt, and thanks to Limbo's Might, she's practically glued to the action. You can really see how this ability rewards aggressive gameplay. It's like the game is saying, hey, you want to play risky? Here's a little safety net. That extra health boost can be the difference between a narrow escape and a glorious comeback. And can we just appreciate that this isn't even tied to a cooldown? This bad boy is passive, meaning it's always there when you need it. No fumbling for buttons, no waiting for timers, just pure, consistent value. It also opens up a whole new layer of strategy for Magic players. You start experimenting with different combos and ways to keep the damage flowing, because every hit is healing you. It's an ability that makes her both deadly and deceptively durable. Honestly, what's not to love? The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.